Welcome to another edition of Yuck, Dumb, Boo, and Bum, the classic NES baseball review show. Today we've got Tecmo Baseball, which was, I think, the only baseball game that Tecmo had made for the NES. They've certainly made a few football ones. That's really where they kind of made their hay. So your option's pretty simple here, like most of the games. They all have in a watch mode. I don't understand why you would put in a video game to play and just watch it. So we're going to try an all-star game. I guess I say that, and technically you're watching me play a game, but it's different. It's not the same thing. All right. They give you the option of the DH rule, which is cool. We may as well use it. I don't see why we wouldn't use it. American League or National League. Let's be National League. And there are your 6 options for pitchers, which they're taken from the 7 teams, I believe, in each league. I don't know why it says NM and AM, but that's fine. Anyways, all right, let's go with Randy's the first guy in this list. Randy will start us off. All-star game. Thank you, scoreboard. And here we go. So yeah, the players, like I'm saying, come from any of the 7 teams. There's only 14 teams in the game. So they're players, somewhat fictional players, from the 7 teams in each league. I say somewhat because most of the stats match up to, certain players who are actually on those teams. Like later on, I think there's a guy, I think Dick is Dale Murphy with the Atlanta Braves. I would imagine he'd be up soon since he was MVP somewhere around there, I believe. Well, there's a hard hit ball. No, that's not going anywhere. All right. Big hit, but I don't think it was, but the scoreboard seems to think so. All right, so first batter for the American League is A-Rex, and my shortstop just ran away from the ball. Did you see that? My shortstop ran away from the ball. That's not a good sign. And that guy just stood off there. The little bit I've played this game, and I've only played it a few times really, that doesn't surprise me. The running in this game is very sluggish. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. The running in this game is very sluggish, I have found. They sort of take a while to kind of get up and start moving. Especially with how hard, the fielders can throw the ball, it's not a good combination. So, and not even that. Did you see the speed that second baseman was chasing me down at? The runners don't move that fast. The fielders do, I guess, but the runners don't. So it's very hard to take extra bases in this game unless you really put a ball somewhere that just the fielder just flat out misses it. This guy's hitting the ball really hard, just, not in fair territory. This is Donald. That's his 3rd one in a row that's going to clear out. So yeah, again, this would have been a player from one of the 7 teams. Let's see. St. Louis is obviously in it. I think they were in the World Series this year. San Francisco, Atlanta, Chicago. Speaking of Atlanta, we just saw actually Dale Murphy. He led off the inning while I was busy speaking. Oh, well, he's not going anywhere on that one. That catcher, that's lightning speed. Like I was saying, taking those extra bases. That's something you would do in other games. Say something like RBI baseball where you keep forcing them to try and kind of throw to the wrong bag and take an extra spot. Can't really do that so much here. You can get the ball, at least when you're pitching here, in and out a little bit. So I will stand over here, move that ball way over to the side. That actually brings me to another point. Watch that hand. Watch that arm. The simple answer is there's no arm attached to that. That is creepy. Beyond the level that Bases Loaded had, which we saw in the first episode, that arm still moves, or rather the hand moves without an arm. Here, that hand is nowhere near the arm, or where at least the rest of the body is, as we, I think, established, there really isn't an arm. So they're throwing the ball pretty well, as you expect in these games. These outfielders have cannons for arms, which is great because they don't move very well. That's one of the only things they say in this game is safe. So you can also throw a low ball sometimes. We'll go over a couple more of the pitches in the next inning. Again, I didn't see a big hit, but they say big hit. First thing I'm going to do, though, actually this is good timing to bring up a pinch hitter since this is an all-star team, and apparently I have a guy starting with a 231 average and 5 home runs. So literally any guy on the bench is better. So does anyone remember if that was a righty or a lefty? Let's bring in a switch hitter, and then we won't run into that problem. Harry will bat for us. He was a righty. I really didn't pay attention, although I don't think there's so much of percentages to be played. That thing's still rolling on the ground. Yeah, so you can see kind of how long it takes for the guy to get up and get moving. We better go back on that. I am pressing down and B the entire time as soon as he gets to that bag, and probably about the 4th time I press it, he starts to move. So that's what I was talking about a little bit, with the it being kind of sluggish, the movements for the runners. And that was 3 quick pitches and a quick out there for my DH, who was batting 9th. Oh, he better get back. That second baseman just flew. That is an interesting dive mechanic there, but apparently you can fly midair, so fantastic. All right, let's see if we can get that low ball in there. Yeah, that's not advisable. Although he still swung at it, so that's good. Let's try a high one. Swings at that too. All right, high one again. And apparently a pitch at his face is a strike, so maybe he's playing softball, I don't know. Let's see if we can gun out a runner. Nope, that's not going to happen there. Alright, well, been through a few different things so far in this game. One of the things I've discovered, again, those fielders, for as fast as they are running between bases, they are painfully slow at getting to a base. You really have to be patient here. Fortunately, though, they give you an out even if the guy is touching the bat. Tecmo is #1. That's some fine propaganda there to throw in your game. They already have the Tecmo advertisement back there, along with US. And there's Tecmo behind the plate. So, yeah, they're really trying to indoctrinate you with this Tecmo thing. In all fairness, it is their game. But I think it's kind of a little too much, maybe, right on the nose there. So, one thing you will notice, though, is that this game moves along a lot faster than bases loaded. It doesn't hurt that nobody scored a run yet. But, yeah, we are already in, well, I was going to say the middle of the 4th, but now we're in the middle of the 4th. I had to get out there for it to be the middle of the 4th. Funny thing about this, actually, particularly in this game, which takes its rosters and everything from 1987, is that the 1987 All-Star Game actually was scoreless through 12 innings. And then I think the NL scored 2 runs in the top of the 13th. Whoa! That should not have happened. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, they scored 2 runs. I think it was Tim Raines who did that and won the game. I think on a 2-run triple, and then they shut him out in the bottom of the inning. So here's a chance to see the home run graphic, which is the guy putting his finger in the air, pumping his arm unnecessarily, and he's giving that looks like a crotch chop. Everybody's just kind of standing there, you know, like, yeah, high five, all right, good job. And then he goes by, and everybody's sort of like, the graphic looks like they're kind of going, what was that? Maybe because it's the All-Star Game, they play against each other during the year. He's like, yeah, you know, screw you. I still wouldn't recommend doing that to anybody or having that in a game. I'm actually a little surprised that the graphic comes out like that. You know, there's some where they get all excited or whatever, but there's actually some fantastic ones in some of the other games, but nothing that quite looks like a crotch chop, at least not from any of the games I've seen yet. Some of the ones will be kind of new to me. This is relatively new to me. Otherwise, I might have been expecting that crotch chop and warned you about it. So we'll see what the other games do have to give. But yeah, it's got its official timer there under the propaganda scoreboard. It's got official time, which a few of the games do. It's kind of nice. Lets you know how much time you've been wasting in your day on it. We were only at about 6 minutes, though. It looked like through 4 innings, which is fantastic. So that's a lot more in line with games like Bases Loaded 3, where Everybody swings quickly, everybody makes plays quickly. They don't take a long time to get up to the plate. See, we're already ready for the next one. And he just kind of lets it go. So if I try to run to second here, I'm going to be out. As you can see, right off the wall and fires it in. So Bo Jackson is playing all 3 outfield positions here. So fantastic. Bo Jackson is not in the game because Kansas City, I don't believe, is in the game. See, that was an interesting situation because he went to second. He should have gone to first, frankly, because there were 2 outs. But he had to wait for that fielder to get there. And the game typically won't throw unless there's a fielder already there. So pretty much my guy was going to beat him out to that bag. So that was an easy chance to be safe. Unfortunately, we didn't get any runs out of that. So go ahead. It says go ahead, so let's go ahead and play a little bit more here. And yeah, that's interesting there. I tried to get my second baseman to dive for that ball, and my center fielder there too to do something, right? When you press B, he stops completely. So again, the controls are a little bit sluggish. But one of the things about this game, right? Like a lot of those games, the guys just run forwards. Like that's not a forced play, and he runs into that one. So there's another indication. Oh, look, another home run into the scoreboard. Okay, let's see if this is a crotch chop after he pumps one arm furiously around the bases. Yeah, that's a crotch chop. And everybody's just sort of standing there, their hands drop, and they're like, well, what are you doing? So yeah, upon further review, I do believe that's a crotch chop. Which is, you know, kind of weird. Alright, well, I think this kind of a game, it's a fun game, but, you know, there's definitely some more exciting ones out there. Probably not as lewd as far as the crotch chop goes, or maybe, I don't know about as much propaganda. But we'll take maybe one more half inning there, see if we can break the goose egg. Maybe Phil is my best option for that. Not if he swings like that. Maybe bunting is the answer. So you can't bunt outright, but if you, well, oh boy, there we go. So you can hold the A, right, get it to kind of stop in the middle. And that didn't quite work. We need to be able to drag it a little bit better. So that didn't happen. And there's the cat. Oh, that catcher just went for a tumble. Whew. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I also don't know why he dove at that one. Yet there's ones where the ball's next to the guy and they don't die. So another frustration for another time, I guess. But, you know, we'll take that on another time. And next time, we'll see another game. Thanks again for joining us as always. And hope you enjoyed it.